The amazing Freedom Convoy triumphs as mask and vax mandates have begun to fall all across Canada. In this video, we're going to look at the stunning series of mandate repeals on both sides of the Canadian border. We're going to see how Justin Trudeau is beginning to crack. And stick with me to the very end of this video when I'll reveal why the Freedom Convoy may go down in history as perhaps the greatest moment in the worldwide patriot revolt. You are not. By step. Let's start with the mandates falling across Canada. The province of Alberta has officially announced the end of all vaccine passports. Premier Jason Kenney made the announcement on Tuesday, saying that all vaccine passports have done is sow horrific divisions within Canada. Now it's time to just start learning to live with COVID. What a novel idea. I wonder who came up with that over the last couple of years, right? In addition to Alberta, Saskatchewan Premier Scott Moe, he announced this week that his own province's vaccine passport system would be eliminated on Valentine's Day, while indoor masking requirements would be lifted at the end of the month in February. Moving over to Prince Edward Island, Premier Dennis King announced that they too will begin easing their pandemic restrictions beginning February 17th, but will not finish lifting mask requirements and limits on public gatherings until April 7th. So it's video footage like this that's galvanizing an increasingly sympathetic sentiment towards the truckers. These are Canadian police arresting a helpless old man for honking his horn in support of the truckers. They confronted him and apparently failed to show proper ID. Again, where was this law enforcement during the BLM riots? Why are they picking on this poor old man? Note the video's gotten over 3 million views in just the last couple of days, and you have to think that it's videos like that that are contributing to a growing sympathy with the populist uprising. Now, for his part, Trudeau himself appears to be cracking. And all of these provinces are following the lead of Quebec, where Premier François Legault announced earlier this week that he was officially scrapping a plan to tax the unvaccinated. Quebec was actually considering levying what they called a, quote, health contribution on the unvaxxed because of the supposed financial burden that they were imposing on the rest of society. Well, that plan is now dead. And shortly thereafter, the province of Ontario announced that they would be lifting a number of COVID restrictions as well. So we can already see that the mandates are beginning to fall all over Canada. And isn't it interesting that it all began this week as the trucker convoys effectively shut down the federal government in Ottawa? And perhaps even more importantly, the truckers have effectively shut down Ambassador Bridge, which connects Canada to the United States via Detroit, and accounts for over 25% of the $400 billion in trade between Canada and the U.S. annually. So these truckers are brilliant. They are hitting Ottawa where it hurts, right in the pocketbook. And again, not just Ottawa, but in the U.S. as well. And that's forcing a number of blue states to begin lifting their mandates. They're reading the writing on the wall here. They recognize that there's nothing that the Canadian government can do to remove this massive wall of trucks, this great wall of freighters that's effectively locked down the single most important bridge in North America. And so it appears that mask mandates in the bluest of blue states are falling to appease these truckers. We're talking New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Maryland, Delaware, Illinois. Some of the bluest of the blue states are recognizing that the vast majority of the population is done with these masks and mandates, and they're ready to move on. And if politicians don't comply with such sentiments, then voters will find ones that do. So this is a huge triumph for the truckers. Mandates are falling all over the place in a way that would never have happened had they not risen up and taken action, and brilliant action to boot, locking down the most important bridge on the continent. But something else is happening here as well. Don't miss this. Greetings, everyone. Dr. Steve.